Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. On today's menu, I'll be making these delicious cinnamon rolls you'll absolutely love. If you're new here, welcome. My returning viewers, I appreciate you. Let's get started. So I'm going to start off with some warm milk to my mixer. To that I'm going to add some sugar and yeast. And I'm going to give this a good whisk and set aside and allow my yeast to bloom. Your yeast should be nice and fluffy like this. If it's not like this, throw it out and start again. I added 2 eggs and I whisked that, and I'm going to go in with my bread flour. All-purpose flour is welcome. And to this I'm going to add some salt, and I'm going to go ahead add my dough hook, and I'm going to mix this until it comes together. Once it comes together, I'm just going to go ahead and add some soft butter or margarine to this and allow it to mix on medium to low speed for another 10 minutes. You could do this by hand, but the same time would be required, and allow the dough to get nice and soft. Now after 10 minutes, this is what my dough is looking like. It is nice and soft. It is kind of sticky to the touch, but once my yeast is double in size, it will be my dough is double in size, it will be more manageable. Now guys, I'm just going to go ahead, scrape the dough off the hook, and I'm going to just scrape this out onto my surface with a little bit of oil just to make sure it doesn't stick to my hands. And I'm just going to go ahead and form this into a ball. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a few turns over on itself. Nothing too crazy, because remember, this has been mixing for about 10 minutes, so it's nice and soft. So I'm just going to go in and just turn the dough in on itself, creating a smooth surface into a ball. And I'm going to go ahead, grease that same bowl that I mixed it in with a little bit of oil, and I'm going to use the oil to coat the dough and cover with plastic wrap and allow this to double in size. Now this might vary from 45 minutes, 1 hour to an hour and a half, depending on the temperature of your home. So just go ahead, cover well, and set it in a warm area and allow it to double in size. Now in the meantime, let's make that cinnamon sugar filling. So here I have 1 stick of softened butter, 1 cup of sugar, and I'm going with about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon powder and some vanilla. The vanilla is optional. And I'm going to mix well to form a paste, or you could just go ahead and spread the butter on the dough, sprinkle the sugar and the cinnamon, whichever works for you. Anywhere, any method works just fine. So here I am removing the air from the dough, and I'm going to scrape this out onto my clean work surface, form this into a ball, and I'm going to roll this out into about a 1/2 inch thick, or about a third of an inch thick, depending on how you like it. So I'm just going to roll this into the desired thickness that I'm looking for. Now this is the thickness I am looking for. I'm just going to go ahead and add that cinnamon and butter sugar mixture onto the dough and spread it out evenly before rolling. You just want to make sure that you cover almost every surface of the dough before rolling. Now that's nice and done. I'm just going to go ahead and start rolling in small bits from one end, kind of rolling and tucking, so as to create that nice swirl in the middle. So you want to roll and tuck or roll and pull. Make sure that it's firm and you get that nice swirl in the middle. Just follow what I'm doing here, or whatever best works for you. Just roll until you have a log completely rolled up and you're not seeing any of the cinnamon sugar filling. Here I'm just going to create a little edge just to seal the dough onto itself, to make sure that it doesn't burst or ooze out. So you just want to roll and tuck and then pinch and seal the edges. And there you have it. We have a nice uniform log. Now you want to go ahead and prepare your dish that you're going to be baking your cinnamon roll in. Here is mine, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray it down with some cooking oil. You could use butter or some parchment, anything you desire. Now I'm just going to go ahead and remove that end piece, and then you can cut these as thick or as thin as you like it. I'm going for some big cinnamon rolls here, so I'm just going to go ahead and place around 6 in this baking dish, and I'm going to place the rest into another baking dish, and I'll show you how that unfolds. And of course, you could use a toothpick to cut these, but if you have a sharp knife, you could go ahead and do as I do and just make sure that these are nice and uniform size. It doesn't have to be perfect. Cover with plastic wrap and set aside to double in size for about another 20 minutes. In that time, you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and we're going to bake these once they are nice and proofed. Now to these, I'm just going to go ahead and add about a 1/4 cup of heavy cream to this. This took it over the top. This was really amazing. So I'm just going to place this into the oven. While those are baking, I'm going to go ahead and make a quick cream cheese frosting. So in my bowl, I have some softened cream cheese and some butter, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my whisk to combine that into a nice paste. Then I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla and some powdered sugar. You sweeten to your liking. You don't have to use the same amount of sugar that I use, or you could use more or less. Mix well to create a nice paste. This was a little bit too thick for me, so I went in with some heavy cream, and I'm just going to go ahead and mix until I have the consistency I'm looking for. I will leave the full measurement of everything that I use for the dough, for the frosting, and for the filling down below, so you could go ahead and check that out if you're interested in making these delicious, scrumptious cinnamon rolls. Now my cinnamon rolls are out of the oven. This is what it's looking like. I allowed it to cool on for about 20 minutes, and I'm just going to go ahead and slather that cream cheese frosting all over the top. Let me tell you something. This was smelling amazing at this point. This is one of my absolute favorite dessert / snack of all time. Let me tell you, this one was so good. So you want to apply a generous amount over top, and I like these big fat cinnamon rolls because yes, that's how I like them. Let me go ahead and show you what it's looking like on the inside. These were super soft and squishy and everything that you're looking for. It is a perfect comfort food snack. Everything that you like in a cinnamon roll. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more video like this one, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so very much.